Welcome to the latest episode of Claw's Corner. Today's guest is an actor and author. He began his career as a Broadway actor in Love for Love and The Member of the Wedding, both starring Glenn Close, and has not looked back since. His television credits include The Jeffersons, Beretta, Roots, In the Heat of the Night, The Brady Bunch Variety Hour, Martin, The Steve Harvey Show, Veep, Everybody Hates Chris, Everybody Still Hates Chris, and many, many, many more. His movie credits include Malcolm X, The Lords of Salem, Dickie Roberts' former child star, Foreclosed, Mega Shark vs. Colossus, Funny People, and once again, many, many, many more. He is most well known as Roger, affectionately known as Raj to his family and friends in the hit sitcoms What's Happening and What's Happening Now. These classic shows tackled issues such as friendships, communication, obesity, divorce, financial struggle, unemployment, poverty, racism, gambling, education, teen pregnancy, adolescence, and of course, the most important issue of our time, bootlegging a Doobie Brothers concert. In 2017, he released his autobiography and a motivational book entitled From Raj to Riches, Overcoming Life Through Faith. It's a personal account of his journey, focusing how he navigated show business and life's difficulties with a religious perspective. So without further ado, please welcome the extremely talented Ernest L. Thomas to the Claw's Corner. Ernest, how the hell are you? You wanted the best, you got the best. Ladies and gentlemen, star of Mega Shark vs. Colossus. Buckle up because this is going to be one wild ride. And now, part 5 of my conversation with the great Ernest Lee Thomas. I want to talk about a life-changing event for you that happened in 1993.
1993.
It was your brother in a coma.
Oh, Lord, yes. Yeah, that was a tough one. They said the doctors urged me to take him off the life support, that if his heart gave way, don't try to bring him back, and the best thing, just take him off life support.
Yeah.
Because they said, we've seen these cases. And initially, when I was in New York, I said, oh, my mother left it up to me. I went, okay. And then right after I got to talk to the doctor, my cousins were calling, that one cousin, actually, Jean, my cousin Jean, and she said, but you're not God. You can't really say, and then I went, oh, wait a minute. How do I know that's true what they're saying? They're not God either. Yep. So I said, no, don't do it. Mm-hmm. And then I flew out to LA, and it was at Kaiser Hospital, and that same doctor still took him to a room on the side and pleaded with me to take him off life support.
Yeah.
I was there the 8th day. My brother woke up with no rhyme or reason. That doctor, who was a female, broke down and cried. Mm-hmm. That's what my brother said. I'm no longer living my life for you, church, anyone. I want to be your sister. I said, huh?
Can you repeat that, please? What?
I want to be what? Yeah, I want to be your sister. And because I don't know about the transgender, all that was new.
Yeah.
And through him, so he put the dresses on, the wigs and all that. And I was afraid he died from the drugs. But I thought someone would beat him up because of the hate, for that. That was my fear. And he had a ceremony and everything that I was there. And I found even gay men were prejudiced. They didn't want him. They would not come to the ceremony. Wow. The gay friends want him to be a man. They don't want the transgender thing. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know that was a division among the gay ranks, right? They would not attend his ceremony where he changed his name to Tony Sue Farrell because his name was Anton. But yeah. And no family member went.
Really?
So I didn't want him to commit suicide. I thought he might commit. I said, Lord, I got to be there for him, And people are like, oh, Bernie, but you're a man. You can't, man. You like endorsing this. And I said, look, I'm going there he's my brother.
Yeah.
I love him no matter what. That's the bottom line. And I'm not you don't have to go, I'm going. They'll be like, Ernie, the first day we're going to go. Or yeah, I said, don't go. That's fine. I'll go. And my mother didn't go, my sister, no one went.
Wow.
And I had to tell them, look now, you got to understand too. What the gays and transgenders got to understand, you can't expect people who are trained and learned and they were taught a certain way to love you like that overnight.
Hmm.
They can, you're coming, you were a man, you were there. Mom saw you as this boy, this teenage son, this 20 something son. Now you come with high heels, a dress on, and a wig and makeup, and you think she's going, oh, hey, nobody, that's jolting to her.
Yeah.
So allow people some room, some grace to know that they're not saying, get out of my place. I don't want to say I hate you. But if they look at you a certain way, just deal with it.
Yep. I know. Well,
I said, deal with it.
it's
Yeah.
similar to what we talked about before. I said when people get that death sentence, we're like, "Oh, you only have 6 months to live." That's when they're like, "I gotta do this, I gotta do that." So when he had
Yeah.
that second chance, he says, "All right, I want to
Yeah.
live life finally, the life I want to live." And I'm so glad that he did that, and he's so lucky to have a brother like you to support him.
Thank you.
Nobody else
Thank
would.
you.
So, did he have any out of body or afterlife experience during when he was in a coma?
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes. So I said, so what happened? What was going? He said, well, before he woke up, that's when it was this vision. It was like he was going down this road that was getting darker and darker.
Hmm.
And a voice, and he said he believed it was the voice of God says, uh, are you are you afraid? Are you afraid to live? Are you afraid of dying? Uh are you or do you don't or do you not mind? If you're not afraid of dying, I'll let you live.
Hmm.
It's one of us, I'm not afraid of dying.
Wow.
And so then it turns around the road. Now he's going the opposite way and gets lighter and lighter. And he sees my grandmother. He sees the uncles. He sees all the people in life that are passed. A lot of people have gone. And then he wakes up.
Wow.
And then the funniest thing that happened was one of us, a friend there, and I see him, bless her heart. She didn't mean any harm, but she was happy, crying that he woke up and all that. But then she said, how did you become gay anyway? Like, what? So, Rich, Rich, I could, my brother, you don't want to get in a snapping match with my brother Dozens. He will beat you every time. She said, how did, he says, your husband.
No, oh, man.
Oh, brother. She said, oh, you a lot. He says, no, I never wanted to tell you, but your husband, he said, your husband, your husband.
Once again, drop the mic, boom, walk off stage.
Drop the mic, brother. Drop the mic.
I love it. So now I want to move on to how did Chris Rock's love for what's happening get you the role of Mr. Omar on Everybody Hates Chris?
Supernatural story. It wasn't like we were friends or anything like that. I would see him and, tell him how super incredible he was. I actually saw him in Buffalo, New York, and that's when I like, why are you not a superstar? He was so incredible. But and then he created Everybody Hates Chris with Ali Leroy, he because he grew up with me, he wanted to bring me in there. He thought of created this role of Mr. Omar, the funeral director, and because of him, I am a global now, brand, because people France, Italy, Germany, England, you name it. It's all over. It's more popular in Europe than it's very popular here, but it's more popular in Europe.
Wow.
And Chris Rock was saying that on The View. I didn't even know that, right? And Brazil, oh, we're like gods there. Yeah, we're like really like gods there. Yeah, yeah. And now we got everybody still hates Chris.
Yes.
They were, with and they got rid of. I don't have a gut in there. I love that. I don't have to hold the stomach in, you know. So yeah, so they made me look good. So that was, and you didn't know. I didn't know if they were gonna because they weren't sure if they're going to use the original people or not.
Yeah.
But thank God, yeah, yeah. And Mr. Omar has a huge following. You know, he has he got millions of hits on some of the and people put. I didn't put those up. People put those up. And thank God you have fans, and you get fan mail from all over the world. One girl was even one fan who was she booked music acts, and she was telling me, she says she sent me a Facebook thing about, you should come over here because you already known as Miss Omar, and then get with one of the top character actors in England,
Hmm.
a white cat, and you're like the odd couple. So I bet that will be a hit. So I never did that, but I was thinking about going over there, like, I took a leap of faith, but things are going well here. But I was looking at that before this new management came on, like, you know what, Lord, now I'm really taking a leap of faith, a whole new country,
Yeah.
but I was going to go over there and like, Lord, help me, let's see what happens. But I think it would have been, again, I don't want to go to foreign, like Hollywood was foreign to me,
Oh, I was gonna
And
say that.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. And so now here I go to England. Oh my Lord, man. And I know, knowing me being that alone in my thoughts, I would feel very much depressed, or that's what yeah, just kind of out of sorts. What the hell is going? Yeah, I have, again, because I'm not trustworthy. If I'm not trusting people here,
Yeah.
I'm not letting nobody in England. Okay,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't care who you are. So
Well, I guess
yeah,
at least you know you have options if things don't work out here, which it seems like they're working out very well
I
right
do.
now.
Yeah,
So at least you
yeah,
know that you have a backup plan because I know in the past there's times where something ended and you're like, I've got nothing planned right now.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I look at that and I say, I still maybe for a couple, just go visiting
yep.
and just during the visit, just to see what happens. Explore some situations. Uh, I still feel like I should tap into it,
Hmm.
that possibility. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And
like,
still come back here, just be, is it, yeah, both countries, have be there, be here, like they do, they've invaded us. They've invaded the movies and theater, and they're brilliant,
yeah. Yep.
brilliant actors. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's funny that the show is so popular over there.
Yes,
Like I love.
yes, that's what great. Yeah, no one who knew, right? Yeah.
It's similar to years ago I met Adam West who played Batman, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's similar to him. Like all the people my age and older know him as Batman, but then all the younger kids knew him as Mayor West on Family Guy. So he had like sort of like
Oh,
you, like all the older people know you as Raj,
right,
and then
yes.
all the
And
newer fans know you as Mr. Omar. So you got
oh my
like the best
Lord.
of it. Yeah,
Best of both worlds. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Yeah, yeah. That I love that at the books, at the autograph signs, the parents are saying Raj and the kids are saying, no, that's Mr. Omar. So I love that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for both.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well, another great example of God being there for you is we've talked about this for the last couple hours of how many times God has been there for you is when your mother went into a coma. And once again, the doctors were trying to tell you that there was no hope. Let's talk about that.
Oh my Lord. Once again, yeah, again, you can't listen. Yeah, God has the last say. And so my mother had this pain. I had to rush her to emergency. And then next thing I leave her there. Next thing they call me at 1 in the morning, like, oh, Mr. Thomas, I'm sorry, we don't expect any good news. Your mother got pneumonia, her blood pressure plummeted, yada, yada, yada. The coma, what I went, And for a moment, they got me. I'm like shook by all that. I didn't say anything about God. I want to, oh man, I got to come down there. I got to come. And then you something you got to remember who you are.
Hmm.
You got to remember who you belong to.
Yeah.
Forget that, then they have the last word, and they have such authoritative voices, right? And know it all, and nothing against them. They've studied, so so I got there, and they weren't. It was just that again. It wasn't like all the doctors were there, but the next day, there are four specialists trying to figure out what exactly is wrong. They found later it was like a gallbladder that had turned green, and it
Oof.
was, oh man, it was ugly. Yeah, it was. That's all it really, but they didn't know what it was. But you can catch pneumonia in the hospital, right? The pneumonia really came from the hospital
Hmm.
because the woman is 80 some years old. She was what, 83 or something like that at that time. And so I remember all these four specialists talking to me and looking all serious. We kept trying to find out, but again, we don't. I said, doctors, I respect you. I respect your skills, but I was raised in the Church of God in Christ. I've seen the power of Jesus Christ. I've seen divine healing, and my mother will walk out of here. And they looked at me like whatever, but uh, she did. It took 6 months. It was touch and go. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I have doubts? Yeah, in the wee hours of the night. I tell you, you're human. But the thing is, you can't speak it. You tell God that. You don't tell, hey y'all, yeah, man. I don't know if no, no, no.
Yeah.
You speaking with the enemy. Now you have just joined in with the enemy. You know.
Yeah.
So I said. So anyway, I called out prayer warriors on Facebook. Okay, and people were doing, oh, I'm praying for your mother. Oh, there was a prayer group over here. They're praying. And so all these people, I'm a prayer warrior. I'm a prophet. I'm praying for your mother. Your mother will not die. This older woman, the prophet, and my mother. That's a miracle. She literally had to learn how to walk, talk, chew, everything all over again. My mother, she didn't know I cried so much. I cried when she was in the coma, but when she walked, yeah, you're happy for her, but the fact that she could not talk and to learn how to talk all over again and swallow because she's eating baby food till she could learn. It broke my heart, but I couldn't let her see that part.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I know I tell people, "No, I'm not going to argue with you about does God exist, does Jesus exist, or can he heal? I'm not that person. You need to go to like the top theologians and get with them. I don't have the patience with you.
Hmm.
I know I've experienced God for myself. So I don't really give a damn,
I
excuse
love it.
me, whether you believe or not. I want to. I mean, in one sense, yeah, I hope you do. But and when you tell me like, oh no, prove it to me. No, I ain't proving shit to
You
you.
don't have to prove anything. You don't have to prove
Excuse
shit.
my French. Yeah, I'm not proving shit. I've experienced this.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
You know, and I was telling this one kid was telling me I was someone asked me to advise their cousin, and it was this kid with blonde hair and blue eyes, and he was just saying, "Yeah, well, I mean, you got what's happening, but that wasn't hard." I said, "You know what? You have the audacity.
Wow.
I am black, man. I had to go to back of restaurants. I was called nigger. You can go any fucking place you want to go, and you got the nerve to tell me it was easy." Oh, they just wanted us blacks in TV. No, it had nothing to do with that.
Yep.
One show became popular. Sanford and Son. The Jeffersons and others came. I said, but for you to say that with a blonde hair and blue eyes, well, you can go anywhere in the world,
Hmm.
any neighborhood. He went, oh, he could not. I said, yeah, you ain't got nothing to say now because that's a stupid thing to say.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't work. I don't work victim on my. Oh, poor me. Oh, I had it hard. Oh, you know, being black. No, I'm not gonna give you that. I'm not gonna give you that.
Yeah.
I am a no. I'm a victor. I am. I am. I'm a conqueror. I win. I win. Yes, I go through crap. Oh, and I just gotta. I gotta say this. I know time is. I gotta say this. I just did a speech for Martin Luther King Day, and these people invited me there, and I had to say, look, y'all don't want to hear what I gotta say.
Hmm.
I said, but I know you're paying me, but you know what? I asked God, what would I say to you if this was my last day on earth? If God says, Ernie, after you give that speech, I want you to come up to heaven. So that means I'm gonna tell you whether you like it or not. I'm telling. So I'm gonna tell you this. Yes, racism exists.
Hmm.
Yes, hardship, betrayal, yes, discrimination, all that. We knew that. I knew that. Denzel knew that. I did not let that take over. I
Yep.
did not let that control my destiny.
I
So
love it.
leaders, get off your shit. A white policeman, yeah, he shot. Yeah, that is. Be on him, be on the racist guy, but also
Yep.
talk about what's going on in the black community as well.
Hmm.
And say, hey, y'all, don't let none of that poverty. We on welfare. We got the government cheese too. But I went, oh no, I'm better than this. I am better than this. I will win because my faith in God, I don't know where Christ is taking me, but I know He's taking me out of this. But I have to focus on Him, not on the racism, not on the fact of black betrayal or white racism. You know, man, okay, whatever. I got Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Okay. So, man, it got quiet. It was
But,
not it wasn't a lot of clapping. No. And I don't care.
yeah.
It's I love you. I'm not saying this out of arrogance, but I want to tell you the truth. I'm giving you words to live by. Because if not, next year you're gonna have some speaker telling you what to hear. And 10 years from now, you have another speaker telling you the same thing. And 20 years and you same thing, and you go nowhere. The
Yep.
community is the same as it was before. I'm talking about transformation. Preachers, get out of the church, get out of the church. Get with the mothers of the drug dealers. Get with the mothers and grandmothers and the children of and go to those areas.
Hmm.
Prayed up and Christ like with the mothers. They ain't gonna shoot their mother, their grandmother. Pray, and don't go in condemnation. Pray for them. You'll see a change. They ain't gonna do that though.
No, not at
Because
all.
they just want, yeah, they're too busy making money.
Yep.
The miracle you have is you can build a huge church. Show me one miracle. Has anybody who was crippled, who's walking, who was blind, can see? Jesus said, "Greater than." Oh, I went all. So I said, and get this, I ain't perfect.
Hmm.
No, I cuss, I watch porn. I said, but oh yeah, I said, but
Yeah, they're all
hey,
out.
I'm on and operated by Jesus Christ. Yeah, molested and all that. I'm not going, oh, I was molested. I'm wearing
Yep.
waving that flag. No, no, I am a child of God. I'm a disciple of Christ.
Yep.
I am a friend of Christ. That's what I am.
I love that, and I think the problem is that all people know is that they saw you on TV, they see you as a big star, so like, oh my God, he had such an easy life. And
Oh, yeah.
the reason is because you're not playing victim, which I love. That you didn't
No.
let all of the bad things that happened to you define you. You overcame all your obstacles, and the fact they're like, oh, he had it made. It's like they have no
Yeah.
idea. So I hate ignorant questions,
Yes.
or not questions, ignorant statements like, oh my God, it
Yes.
wasn't
Yes.
so bad. How do you know?
Yes.
Walk in my
Yes.
shoes.
Uh, Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
I
Nope.
mean, how insulting.
It
Yeah.
is. It
But,
really
oh,
is.
man.
Yeah. Well, I love it.
Yeah.
Like I said before, for other things, like whenever you always stood up for your beliefs, you never back down for
Yes.
different things.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, like
Yeah.
maybe what your mother says, like you're overly generous, but you make up for it in some other things. Like you always have
Yeah.
you sound like you're very loyal to the people you love. You stand up
Oh,
for your
yes.
beliefs. So
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, no one can come to me and talk about you.
Yep.
And
I
they go,
love
we're friends. No one can, oh, I don't want to hear it.
I love it.
Because someone tried to do that with Ali, and I didn't even tell him. It was a friend. It was a couple there
Yep.
at his mansion. And I gave anyone that was there, a friend of his, I gave him my number because they were fans or whatever.
Yeah.
The woman calls me, "Hey, yeah, I gotta tell you something about Ali. Don't you dare! How dare you?
I know.
How dare you think I would coast that you could? I'm insulted. You think you can call me and talk about my friend? Woman, you better hang up with this damn." Oh, I was so angry. And I never told him. I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't want to tell him that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you stopped her, and I'm glad that you didn't tell Ali because,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, as
Yeah.
I mentioned to you before, I was given the last rites 3 times. In the final chapter of your book, you mentioned that you saw God heal 3 friends that were given the last rites, and now you can make it
Yeah.
4 friends.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean,
Yes. 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 Yeah. One friend, he had a large heart, so he fell out while playing basketball. And another Carmela, she Latino. Her brother had, I forgot what it was. Was giving him the last rites because they're Catholic, and my mother prayed for him. And then there was my cousin. He gone to Spain, and was it Spain? I think it was Spain. Yeah. Anyway, he got Legionnaire's disease
wow.
and pneumonia. And they were like, there's a 50-50 chance he will live. My mother said, no, no, you're not going anywhere,
Mm.
So, and then it was a girl with cancer, a 14-year-old girl. And my friend called my mother to pray for her. And that girl walked out of the hospital as well, Yeah. So I knew that. I said, Lord, my mother's prayed for everybody. Lord, you got to help her. Now she needs it, but she had, I think, because she didn't have she had that straight line. She's not watching movies. She don't have nothing to recall but scripture,
Yeah.
right? She don't have a TV show that, I watched that and I'm thinking about that, or movie scene, or I went to a comedy show, I went to see somebody say. She had that straight line to Christ.
Yeah.
And she had a faith that I think I was strong, but my mother, brother, even laying in this very room when she passed away in, right? She was telling me, okay, now, son, now promise me. Now I want you to get rid of your manager. I don't like him. Said that's why I got the new manager.
Mm.
And I couldn't get rid of him. I said, Mom, you're a Christian woman. Why are you talking about my friend? That's not Christ-like. And she's, I look, son, I know he was nice back then, but that was then. Get rid of him now.
Mm.
He is not good for you. And I wouldn't do it. And he became exactly what my mother said, by the way.
Wow. Wow.
And so I got this new manager, and she wanted me to make sure you look after your sister. I had to promise certain things, and that I would always put Christ first. And one of the last things she did was watch she loved watching Bishop Jakes and Joel Osteen and Bishop Jones. Those are her favorites. And she watched Bishop Jakes, and she'd be doing her little head, like that. And she knows she's going.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving her morphine because the pain is so, and they know eventually it's going to take the heart out. But my mother she said, son, I got to go. You got to let me go. You holding on, baby. And your mother's in pain, honey. Let me go, baby.
Yeah.
And I said, Mom, someone told me to tell you that. So I'm going to tell you, Mom, I'm giving you, please go. Because I know you're going with Christ. I don't want you to be in pain for my selfish thing, just to see you here, but you're in pain.
Yep.
And then she could go.
Yeah, well, I believe that wholeheartedly that people wait, and I'll tell you, I'm going to give you an example of that. I have a friend whose father died of a heart attack. Not too long after that, the mother had a heart attack, but she wasn't dead. She was,
Oh,
so, when around this time, her daughter went missing. So my friend took care of the daughter, the son of his sister. So when the daughter was missing, she wasn't dead, but she was like in a coma. So
oh,
but she was so then my friend was saying the cops called. They found out it was a drug deal gone bad, and when she and they found the body buried in somebody's yard. He said, in no exaggeration, when the call was being made from the cop saying we found your sister, the mother flatlined. It was almost like she was waiting to find out what happened to her daughter, so they gave her permission to die.
Oh,
Yep.
oh my, I believe absolutely,
Oh yeah.
absolutely, brother.
I've heard so
Yes,
many stories of similar to what you told me.
yes, yes, yes. Me too. Yeah. And I didn't want to give her permission,
Yeah.
but my daughter said, you got to, and it took me a while to say that to her. I mean, she told me she's happy to go anyway, but she was just, son, I'm worried about you
Yeah. How old was
reacting
she?
to, yeah,
How-
91.
Wow. So she
Yeah,
lived
yeah,
or led a
yeah,
long
yeah,
life.
yeah. I could see why she thought I would go crazy or maybe kill myself or something. I really love my mother, and we were just close. And I think because I was an asthmatic, my sister and brother were just healthy. They weren't sickly. And so I think we had that special bond. And when she first asked me about, and when she had gotten out, had gotten out of the coma. So 10 years it took her before she died later, 10 years later. But she asked me about re- what would I do when she passed away? I said, Mom, to be honest with you, I'm going to go somewhere where no one would ever find me. I'm going to go to some country. I'm going to wish everyone well, but please, I will not give you a number or anything. And I'm just going to disappear.
Hmm.
And I don't know, but I won't, no one would ever see me. And wherever I am, I'll just die there. But I could not take being here in America or in this state or city. And that depressed her, man. That really bothered her. She looked so sad, like, baby, please don't do. I said, Mom, I just don't want to be bothered anymore.
Yeah.
I just want to disappear, literally. And I meant that. But I saw how, then again, she reminded, but you belong to Christ. You can't have that. You belong to Christ more than me. She had to remind me, you're not living for me. And but I needed that pep talk because I intended to just, hey, and they just not even tell everybody, just disappear and then call them from a phone that like a burner phone, like, I love you and all that. Don't worry. I love you. I'm praying for all of you, but don't bother about me.
Yeah. Wow. So
Yeah.
did you tell her that you're not going to do that before she died?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Before she passed, I said, no, Mom, Jesus, she put Jesus first. You were just a vessel he
Yeah.
used to bring me. He created me.
Yeah.
So and I said, so when I think of, no, I can't do that to Christ. You're not my God. You're my mother. And I said, I had to remind myself, and God reminded me, oh no, and a lot of people do. The one guy, he killed the doctor. His mother died. He killed the doctor and committed suicide. He
Wow.
had 4 children and a wife, but he couldn't live for the 4 kids. His mother, he loved his mother so much, he killed the doctor who was 30-some years old. He went to see the doctor, pulled him, I want to talk to you in the office, shoots him and kills himself.
Wow.
So then people do get like over. So I said, I assured her, I get it. I said, no, Mom, I look, but you ain't all that. You know, yeah, no, no, God, you're not. I'm looking to see Jesus when I leave before I see you. I go somebody, oh, I can't wait to see my mother. No, I want to see Jesus. Mom can be in line, okay? Mom, I got you. Okay, just wait right there. I got to deal with Jesus. All right. So,
It's like Ernest. Yeah, can you hold
yeah,
on for a second?
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
talking to
yeah. Just
Jesus.
hold on.
I'll be right with you, Mom.
Yeah, grandma, take a seat. Take a
I
seat.
know.
All
Don't
right.
worry.
Take
I
a
promise.
number.
I promise I'll get to all of you soon.
Right. So yeah, I was like, what am I doing? And I thought about, oh man, where was I? I had really just lost myself, and but thank God. Uh and I think I would have done it for a minute though. I think I would have tried it, and probably come back, 'cause knowing me being in a foreign, and I didn't know what country. I was thinking more about England because I liked it when I took Giovanni there to get the record deals. Um, I felt like an affinity with England. I don't know why. I just felt like it was a second home, you
Hmm.
know? So that's why, yeah, I still got to explore that possibility too. Yeah.
I would definitely keep that option open.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And it's funny, I've forgotten all about it until just now. It was way in the back of my mind, but now, I gotta have a plan just to go for a few weeks.
Yep.
The theater community, I never came and I tried to get in, but now with being there, they know me,
Yep.
so yeah. So I'll let you know.
See, please, the Claw's Corner is here to help people.
Okay.
Who is your biggest hero and why?
Yeah, okay. Now, okay, I know I said, because there's Nelson Mandela, there's Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
I was a Sidney Porty, but I say my biggest hero, I have to say, is that little boy, Ernest Lee Thomas.
Hmm.
And as I said, oh man, that's me. I said, that little boy, because with all due respect, they weren't there. All right. They weren't there in those miserable days and nights, you know? They don't know about that hardship that I had to go through. Yeah, they were figures, but it had nothing to do with day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So I had to say that little boy, Ernest Lee Thomas, who believed Jesus is the answer, Jesus is my everything. That little boy dealing with poverty, dealing with welfare, dealing with asthma, dealing with the bullies, dealing with racism, dealing with his wife, his mother being beaten, dealing with molestation. Through it all, it's a wonder I didn't lose my mind.
Hmm.
It's a wonder I did not go completely insane.
Yep.
So that little boy, mine is, yeah, of course, above, as far as a physical being, yeah, Christ above all. But my is Ernest Lee Thomas.
Yep.
That's my biggest hero.
Yep.
I never knew it until then, till 2017 when I was writing. I said, wait a minute. No, they have nothing. Yeah, those are
Yep.
just in the public. No, they had nothing to
Exactly.
do with my day-to-day life, where you go to bed because your mother you can't do nothing about her being beaten and the asthma, you're trying to breathe and being bullied. And then you got this grown-ass man who's the neighbor and the wife, the kids, and then he's sodomizing you, and then you got older cousin that does the same thing, and you're like, what the hell? So I can make, you talking about victim, oh bro, I could be the victim for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
I said, no. So I tell people, no. I even tell my gay and straight friends, I mean, gay and transgender friends, I was trying to tell my brother, that doesn't define you though.
Exactly.
You know what? That's your section. But if you say, "Look, I'm out here feeding the homeless. I want to be the best doctor in the world." It's what you do outside of your sexuality has nothing to do with being a good person or a bad person.
Yep.
So that shouldn't define you.
Yep.
I don't care about you. Yeah, be yourself, but don't wave that flag, the black flag, transgender flag, the gay flag. It should be your good deeds, baby. You want the people to relate to you? Be out, and you just happen to be gay. You
Yep.
just happen to be black. You just happen to be transgender. That's when you have you get the world. You get the world, and because it's doing something everybody can. Wow, he's feeding the home. That person is gay, but he gives X amount of millions to the homeless. He's out there in the streets actually feeding them. He's out there putting clothes on. That ain't about, see, it has nothing, the deed. Where's your service?
Yep.
Where is your service?
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Speaking of that, I think the perfect person to represent that I could think of in the public eye anyway would be Robin Williams. It wasn't until after he died that you found out that he was going to hospitals, entertaining kids that were sick. He was giving money. He was just doing all these things, and because he wasn't publicizing it. He was doing it on his own time. He didn't want the press. The people that get me mad are the people that bring the camera. Come on, follow me and show it. Let's see what a great guy I am. By
Right, right. Yes. Who knew he was doing all that?
yeah,
I mean, I met and oh, again, another person I think is very funny. I forgot that too. Yeah, one of my all-time favorites, Robin Williams.
yeah.
But as a dramatic actor as well, you saw Good Will Hunting. But when I
Fisher
met
King
him,
too. Fisher
huh?
King. I mean,
Oh, the fish. Oh my Lord. Don't even,
some
yeah.
of my favorite movies, like four of them, like Good Will Hunting, Dead Poet Society, Fisher
Dead
King,
Poets right. What was the other one?
Dead Poet
Yeah,
Society, Fisher King, and Good Will Hunting. Three of
Good
those
Will Hunting.
are like three of
Oh,
my all-time favorite movies.
come on.
What Dreams
Yeah.
May Come. What Dreams May Come is another good one.
Oh, yes, brother. Yes, man. And when I met him, you talking about he's a shy, all that bravado on
Yep.
stage. He can barely look you in the eye. You like, you're so, oh man, you are just, oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, that's what he's doing. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? And so he had a black assistant,
Mhm.
and I'm like, what's wrong with? He said, no, that's him.
Yep.
That's him. He's that shy.
Wow.
He only becomes that guy on stage or on a Johnny Carson show. He's being bold, but the real him is just that quiet, introverted guy and could barely take a compliment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Richard Pryor was the same way.
Oh, really?
Same thing. I met him. Thank. And I said, what the hell is? She said, no, that's him. See, a lot of comics are like that.
Yeah.
They have that persona on stage. They're not like you want them to be. They're not funny like in everyday conversation like that, right?
Let's just say they never would have been invited to a share party.
No, oh, that Rich, I will never forget that. Yeah, I know. But you played it, but on this, yeah, but I'm an actor. Yeah, I know that, but
Oh man. So, what years did you meet Pryor and Robin Williams? Like, was it the later years or was it?
it was a late. Yeah, it was a later. It was in. It was during. Well, Pryor was during What's Happening,
Oh, really? So that
and
was,
and then Robin Harris was. I mean, Robin Williams was after that.
okay.
Before What's Happening Now. And like I said, he had this black assistant, and who knew that? That wasn't even. He was like, "Look, I got a black friend. I got a black guy that
Yeah.
works." I didn't know this guy took care of his affairs and all that. And he says, "Man, Robin is the most loving person with everybody, gay, straight. You know, he'll go to the guy. Actually, was the guy the black guy was gay." And the mother loved him. The mother loved him. And so he said Robin Williams will go to the get jokes. That's how he can make fun and do a little, he make jokes because he would go and because he could capture anything.
Yeah.
He could capture their funny bits and stuff like that. But he loved everyone. He really did. He loved everyone, and I think he couldn't take it when he was losing
Yeah.
losing his mind. Who knew that loopy, whatever that thing was,
Yeah.
that he could not take it. And I felt, oh my God, how hard that had to be for him. You've given all of this, and to take it, no one saw that coming, that he would take his life.
No, that came as a shock. And
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
found it wasn't even until after he died they found out exactly what he had. They thought it was
Yeah,
Parkinson's.
right. They didn't even know. Yeah, right. They didn't even know what he had. Yeah.
Right, I
Yeah.
read it was very recent. I think it was a Facebook, which I don't believe everything on Facebook, but I believe this one. It was something like how great Robin Williams was, and it was saying that like there was this girl who was terminal, and he went into the hospital, doing this video of all these funny voices going back and forth the characters, and the last thing he said was, "No matter what, just keep smiling, keep laughing." And his mother said, her mother said she played it every morning and would just laugh. "I'm laughing, Robin." And he said, the mother
Oh,
said that he never told the family that he was sick himself. He just did the video for
oh,
her to make her happy.
wow.
He never let them in on the fact that he was dying himself.
He
And
was dying.
yep,
Oh man.
yep.
Oh man. I love that guy.
You
I
know.
really love that guy. Yeah, I do get emotional talking about him because again, having met him,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and to see him, to see his spirit. Oh my Lord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I have a question for you regarding up and coming actors. I guess anything in the creative field.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
would be your best advice, especially now, because it's a
Yeah.
completely different time from when you grew up? Going,
Yeah.
what would be the best advice for if somebody who wants to get started into the arts, like say movies, TV,
Yeah.
music, books?
Yeah. I love this. And what I say is I tell kids, these just, the young people, it's never too old too. I tell people, it's never whatever. Think about acting, where's the beef? Eminelli was in
Oh,
her 80s. Where's the beef? Right. So you can get it's never too late, you
yep,
know. So, but I said to the young, I said, look, you first of all, I say put God first. I say put Christ first. But it could be, whatever your faith is, but it should be put God first. I say, and then it's like God don't want you to sit around like, okay, God, okay, I'm waiting.
yep.
No, you gotta act. You gotta work at this thing because this is not like a 9 to 5.
Oh
This is
yeah.
not a tangible. So this great thing you're asking for takes a lot of sacrifice. So
Mhm.
that means like I gotta work at it like my life depends on it. So I mean, literally, you gotta know the truth, and it's the truth. You're not promised tomorrow that you will live, and you don't want to die with that dream inside of you. So you do everything you can that day until you exhaust it. And God honors the fact that your work ethic, your faith, the fact you have that faith, that and that hardcore belief like that, he catapults you over all your competition. And most of the people I said, you're not doing it. When I go and get honor, they get the Legend Award, and I tell thank you. I said, but how many of you young people out there are living it, are working at it like your life depends on it? Well, how many of you are after this dream and no one raised their hand? I said, you see what I'm talking about?
Yep.
You don't know how arrogant you really are. And
Hmm.
you don't mean to be, but for you to think that you're guaranteed tomorrow, let alone 5 years and now I'm gonna do this, all my work. So no, how dare you? And you got the World Wide Web on top of that, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So so I would say not only have, but you don't have like when I came in 75, that's all I could do is work at it,
Yeah.
knock on doors. But now you can create your own show. You can do webisodes
Yep.
because the agents are searching. They have people searching. All of them, CAA, William Morris, all of them they're searching for the next big thing, the oddity, because they want to beat the other networks and all these different streaming services, right? So everybody, you got YouTubers making millions of dollars.
Hmm.
YouTube millionaires. You don't even know their names. I met one of the people. They don't care about the fame. They're famous in that as far as in all those hits and
Yeah.
a million subscribers, whatever. But they're wealthy.
Yep.
You have the so. But I'm sorry, if you want to be a serious actor, though, that means that if you are a singer or I don't know, writer, you want to write, direct, whatever. We deal with intangibles. So I think you have to have the heavyweight like fighting. There's lightweight, featherweight. You have to be in the heavyweight division of faith.
Yep.
Where I'm gonna die trying.
Yep.
Every day I will die trying, Lord. Like Will Smith said, he said, "Oh, no one can outwork me." So he was doing all that.
Yep.
He was behind this. It wasn't like he just all of a sudden become, he was taking acting courses and doing everything that he needed to do while he had breath and it was exhausted and fell out. Right.
Yep.
Then that's what I would do. So I tell those haters, you didn't have the faith, brother. Don't hate on me because you just did. And I posted that. I said, all you haters, God don't care about you having light skin and the good hair. Okay. Because those are the worst ones. They think because they have, the light skin and the good hair. The guys don't care about that.
Nope.
God cares about your faith, your faith, your faith, your faith. And I did a red eye when I came. I didn't want to return. I didn't want a return trip to Hollywood or coming back to New York. I took a one-way ticket.
Love it.
I'm getting a show. God, Lord Jesus, you said, ask anything your name. You said, John 14:14, ask anything my name, I will do it. I want a show, Lord. I want to be the leader of the show. I want to be I want to be a sitcom, Lord. And I will always give you the glory. That's what I asked for.
Yep.
That's what I got. So I would tell them to again that put God first, work like it's your life depends on it. And anyone that does not agree with you, you have to excommunicate them. Be
See,
loving, but I mean that they cannot have your ear again.
well, like your
Okay?
agent, the one you're like exactly what we talked about. Your agent that said you'll be back in 6 months. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I see you.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
and I would tell them, oh, okay, take it back, or I'm gonna have to put. Oh no, and I just believe. I said, okay. I tell you this, okay. I'm on a mission from God. So
Yep.
when He's done with me, I can get back with you. Meantime, while I'm waiting for my show, until I get the show, I can't talk to you. That's cousins. I don't care who you are. The best friend. I'll let one of my best friends, who and his wife. Yeah, I just don't see you, Ernie, as an actor. I said, take it back. I'm no, I said, take it back. And
Wow.
he's, oh, okay. And so when I tell that to college kids or kids in the community at these events, they said, but you said you excommunicated him anyway. I said, yeah, because that apology was a lie.
Yep. They're
You
just
got to have discernment. Okay. Don't just say, oh, he apologized. Oh, no, pray on that. You gotta be prayed up so when you can feel it. It'll hit you a certain way.
yep.
And oh no, you will not. No, 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 you ain't sorry. You just want to be around. You just want that earning friendship.
Exactly.
All right. But you don't think I can be. You don't see me being that. But I see myself in this. I see my greatness. You want to diminish my light. All right. So you want me to dim my light for you to satisfy you. So I'm gonna dim my light and I just become a social worker. Oh yeah, let me just say what I was gonna do. No, I'm an actor. Deal with it. So I tell them excommunicate, and what God does, He sends you people who are like mind, like spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta be willing. That's a tough call. People you grew up with, oh, they made Rich laugh. Rich, oh, you like, oh, that's my buddy. But he's not, he's an enemy to your dream, Rich.
Yep.
And you got to let him go. But oh, he's so funny, Ernie. He's the enemy to your dream, Rich.
Yep.
Oh, he's just so cool. He's the enemy to your dream, Rich. All right. And when you get that, and once I did that, it's a lonely place to be.
Yeah. But I'd rather be lonely without the negativity.
Yes.
I'd
Yes.
rather be alone
Yes.
than have somebody saying, "Yeah, I really don't think you're good enough. I really don't think." And
Yes.
what I love about you is that there were times when you were discouraged, but you never gave up and never lost faith in yourself. You always knew you were good enough. You always knew you could do it. You
Yes.
always believed in yourself.
Yes.
And
Yes.
again, you put in all the hard work to make it happen.
Yes. 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 Yes, brother. And I tell people, don't let the smile fool you.
Like,
I cried a river of tears.
yep.
Trust me, many, many nights of rejection, many heartache. Okay. Because I'm a sensitive person. I
Yep.
don't like to be rejected. That's not something I signed up for.
Yep.
But it is what it is when you are in the heavyweight division of life. You got to be willing to be knocked down, rejected, talked about, you know, and still say, no, I'm getting up again. It's another day.
Yep.
God, you got me, Lord. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh yeah, nope. So you and I are very similar when it comes to that. I have the same work ethic. Like example with this show, I put so much work into each interview. I get as many questions, as many
I
facts as
see
I
it.
can put together, and so
Yes.
I make it where it's a conversation like we're having now. Like I didn't have six
Yes.
and a half hours worth of questions, but
No, we've been on 3 days. I know. So yeah, this is the third day. Thank you.
you're very welcome.
But I loved it. I loved it. No, you are so ready, prepared, well read. I love that. It was another guy, Harvey. I can't think of his last name, but he has a talk show too, and he's amazing. But he knew he had read the book, and
Yeah.
it's rare, I would say you can count them on one hand that really have done their homework. Yeah.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you my interview with Ted Neely because he had
Please. Oh, I would love that. Are you kidding me? Please
yeah,
send me that.
he had to stop the interview in the middle of it just to say, "I gotta thank you. This is great." Like, and he loved the fact just basically what you and I are doing right now. And he goes. Sometimes you could tell when this is what he was saying. Sometimes you could tell when the people, the lack of. I don't want to get into it,
Yeah.
but the lack of preparation. He goes, you have yeah, you're gonna love this, especially since you love
You
Ted Neely. You're gonna love this interview.
I love him, but and I would agree. You make me want to reveal everything. I mean, I'm talking about. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, porn. And yeah, I did the porn, and yeah, but I love Jesus, and you know, but that's a great interviewer. You
Thank
know,
you.
where you feel at home. You don't see no condemnation.
Yep.
They just want to know, hey man, the journey you came to this point. And so, yeah, I had no idea. I think this is, by the way, the record. By the way,
All right.
yeah, and I've done 2 hours. I've done about two, but no,
Well, hopefully this record won't be broken for a while.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I think it's gonna be there for a long time, brother. Yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
like the Cal Ripken Jr. of
yeah. I
podcasts.
don't think it'll ever be. I don't think anyone. No, I guarantee you, no one's gonna talk. But you knew, you had read up and prepared, and the all the details, eventful, detailed and eventful things in my life that made me want to talk, even through the hardships or whatever, because it's not, I went through it, thank God.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, man, I thank you. I feel like I needed this. I didn't know I needed this, but I know that I need it now. I'm feeling so what is it? Oh my God. A peace of mind.
Oh, good. Well, the Claus Corner is here to help, and
Yeah,
you know what,
yeah,
and you also helped me too. I had so much fun and learned so much. And again, I said, I mean, I read the book. I was inspired. I was motivated.
yeah,
Talking to
yeah.
you, it was like all over again. It's like I'm inspired.
Oh,
Now I'm inspired to write my life story. Motivated to get other things done. And
yes,
I
your
really
life
do.
story. Yes, yes. All right.
So we have my life story to work, and we also have to do some acting together. Those
That's
two.
right. That's right. That's right. We gotta do our yeah, we gotta do our scenes. That's
Yes,
right.
most definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we talked about it a little bit, but what's next, and where can people find you?
Okay, yeah, I'm on Instagram as Ernest Lee Thomas, and that's no A, Ernest. I don't know why people still put an A in it, but it's Ernest. That's my pet peeve. I'm not EA, it's Ernest, Ernest Lee Thomas, on Instagram and Facebook. I actually have two Facebook, one with my mother's face and one with mine. And the next thing, the Happy Accidents is a show that's what we're looking at right now. The bio, like I said, the autobiography film is something that we are proposing. So anyone out there who's listening to this, if you want to come on with your checkbook. We can do this too. Okay. I guarantee you it's going to make you some money. You're going to get advertisers and all that because there's a lot to cover, baby. And God's going to bless you. Yeah. Whoever. So that one and, Haywood and I are doing our podcast.
Oh,
Haywood
okay.
Nelson, we're doing our podcast. So that is also coming up. I'm trying to think what else now.
Well, let me ask you, what's the podcast about? Is it you two talking about the show, or are you talking about children?
Just like but current issues, but from our because people have grew up on us, what our thoughts are about it, you know,
Yeah.
about whatever's happening, because they want to know that they say, okay, we want to do this, but how exactly, what is the show about? Are you guys gonna do about old shows, or just do like clips and show things like that? Or are you gonna have a guest on or like that? So we just said, well, we want to have a little bit of all that, but we want that we have wisdom from all these years.
Yeah.
And so we want to give you our spin. And hey, when I don't agree on everything, it ain't like we're agreeing on everything, but we're coming from a space of love,
Yeah.
and healing, right?
Mhm.
And trusting and all that. Well, yeah, trusting. If God says trust the people, that's a hard one for me. So yeah, so it's called right now called What's Good.
I like that.
It's called What's Good. Yeah. And so yeah, but and Danielle probably come in there and from time to time, but I was gonna do my own, and then Hayward was gonna do his own. And so I said, why don't we do it together? I said I was gonna do, I might still have one separate, because so as on spiritual things, just a separate thing. But he and I together, when we're together, we talk like about if people had a camera on us at that time, we'd have a bunch of podcasts already.
Yeah.
Because we did a lot of signings and military bases, stuff like that. So it's just a natural thing that happens when we get together. So that, and we have, I would say, Richard, a good 5 projects that when they're out, people are gonna. It's great for the mind, body, and soul.
Mhm.
Fine, we gotta make people laugh. Now it's gotta be. We got one that's just, oh, why? I just want to be silly.
Yeah.
If no rhyme or reason, I'm doing anything to make you laugh. So some people might be offended because there's some cussing in there. But if it makes, I'm not gonna offend you. I'm not blaspheming God. I'm not making fun of no race. But if it's a little cussing in there, when I see women who have to comfort because their daughter was shot in the head by a gangbanger because she wouldn't give him her phone number. If I had to hug another mother that said a gangbanger knocked on the door, yeah, hey, you decided to get joint? No, my mother said kill him right there. And what y'all gonna do about it? We
Yep.
know where you live, right?
Mhm.
If I had to hug one more mother, so I know when I go there and instead of crying with them, I cry in the hotel.
Yeah.
I say the most craziest thing, Rich. I say, yeah, I was on a plane and this guy was 600 pounds. Gravy was coming out of his pores. And I said, man, don't get all that gravy on my. And so they laugh. Oh, I can't believe you're making me. Because I had to say, what's the most ridiculous thing I can say?
Yep.
Right? And that's what I would do.
I love
So
it.
I realized I gotta have a show. That's the sketch comedy thing,
Yep.
for no rhyme or reason, because people are suffering. The child born, stillborn, a child lived a few months, and and they die. Or there are people waking up. With the preacher, his nephew, 18 years old, wasn't sick. He just didn't wake up.
Mhm.
So people need laughter like never before.
I agree. Yep. Yep. All right. Well, you have a lot of great things coming up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I definitely look forward to seeing you again in person.
You too, Rich. Yeah, you too, man.
And
Yes.
so before we go, is there anything that I did not cover in the last 6.5 hours that you want to talk about?
Oh my God. Let me think. Let me think. Oh, wait a minute. Yes. I
Okay.
have a song out on YouTube called
Oh,
Hats.
hats.
Yeah, it's called Hats.
I love it.
And it's Hats featuring Ernest Lee Thomas. And it's about why do we have to hate each other, Republican, Democrat, black and white. It's like how we all can we disagree and still be kind. but if you go to YouTube right now, it's called Hats featuring Ernest Lee Thomas. And my country kid, Rodney Engel, he and his friends, they wrote it. And I went down there. I wanted to do some singing. I'm gonna do that too. But he had me doing these a few country songs, and it got a great response. The people who hear it, it didn't get a whole lot of hits, but I don't know how to promote things like that. But the people, the response is beautiful, and again, it's about all these differences, the Republican, this, and you're Democrat, and you're in between you. So it's on YouTube right now. Yeah,
I love
hats.
that, and we need that more than ever because
Thank you.
everybody is so divided now. I mean, like you said, you and Haywood maybe disagree on things, but you don't hate each other because of it.
No,
Now it's
and
like, you don't agree with me. I hope you die. It's like, where did that come
yeah,
from?
yeah. Oh
Everybody,
yeah,
if you're not
yeah.
in the
That's
same
how.
little
Yeah,
bubble that they are in, they won't
yeah,
agree with you.
yeah. No, I said that's no. You can't. No, man. I'm not with that.
No. I personally,
No.
I like people with different views, different opinions
Yeah,
because if everybody looked, sounded, and acted the same, it'd be boring. I like
yeah.
people
Oh
with,
yeah,
and you learn
yeah.
more.
I have Republican friends. I have Democratic
Oh, me too.
friends.
Me too.
I mean, yeah, and they don't get together, by the way.
See,
I can't make them, but I'm friends with, but they can't be in a room without it being very vitriol, man. It's like, oh my Lord, it's like
there's
it's not good. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
whenever I see that, because my friends are very similar. It's like, all right, there's that one thing you cannot stand about each other, but what about all the things? Concentrate on all the things that you do have in common, and all the things that you do
Yes.
like, movies,
Yes.
music, art. I mean, there's so many things.
Yes.
You have one thing, and you're gonna let that person, these people in politics who could give a shit
Yes.
less about you, have no idea who
Yes.
you are. They,
Yes.
they don't care about you, and you're gonna let them decide if you should be friends.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. Yeah, what about all the things, yeah, we have in common that we like? So just because of political position,
yep,
you don't like me anymore
I know.
because I support that candidate and you don't, or be Bush, Biden, or Kamala. Oh, I wish you got people hating when I said women, let the women lead. Oh, you must be for. You're despicable. That's unbiblical
Wow.
what you're talking about. Or if you say anything about, well, don't talk about God being. I like the fact of prayer. Oh, so you're a Trump supporter. I just mentioned that one little thing.
I know.
You can't take any. It's like, or one person that, yeah, man. When he got shot at, man, I said, wait a minute. Don't call me with that.
I
How
know.
dare you? I'm not co-signing that thing you're saying that you wish he had gotten shot. Are you out of your mind? You sit in church with me?
Wow.
You sit in church with me. You telling me you had hoped he had gotten killed?
Hmm.
That's what you're dealing with, Rich.
I
You're
know.
dealing with that kind of venom, man. So anyway, watch. I mean, listen to Hats.
I'm going
I
to.
hope you like it.
Yeah.
But it was done out of love. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. And I also loved having you as a guest. Thank you very much for being on the show and spending some
Thank
time in the
you.
Claus Corner. I definitely look forward to meeting you in person again and having you back on the show anytime you
Yes.
want. You have carte blanche.
Okay.
Even we can
Okay.
just talk about world
Yes.
anything. Just
Yes. The next show, yeah, I gotta bring, well, I want to tell you, hey, we got happy accidents and you're coming on.
yes. I like that. I like it a lot. That is the
All
perfect way to
right.
end this show.
All right. All right, man.
Well, that wraps up the latest episode of the Claus Corner. A huge thanks goes out to actor and author Ernest L. Thomas for taking time out of his extremely busy schedule to be a guest on my show. Thank you very much. I
Thank
also need to
you,
thank
man.
editor extraordinaire John Bristol, the award-winning Element Productions, for always doing a superb job editing this show each and every week and making it available to all on YouTube. I am also extremely grateful to Rob Bull and Dale Coles for all they do to make my show available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, as well as a cable station in Connecticut. And lastly, but definitely not least, I need to thank you, the viewer, for always tuning in. Enjoy your day, everyone.
Yeah, all right.